feeds the soul and food feeds the heart. So please join us for season 2 of Brunch with a Black Man, where we sit down with Black men from across the world who talk about their experiences with mental health, mental wellness, and how they are taking on their own mental health journey. We sit down over brunch to break it down. Make sure you join us for season 2 of Brunch with a Black Man. Hello, and welcome to another edition of Brunch with a Black Man. I am your host, Miracle Jones, and today we are sitting down with Cormega. Cormega, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. The honor is all ours. We're going to get right into it. Can you just talk a little bit about how you grew up and what it was like for you to find hip hop?
I grew up my upbringing was not norm. I lived in a few boroughs. I absorbed a lot from the streets. And hip hop, I found hip hop, I guess by accident. I used to like Muhammad Ali as a boxer, but I also used to like when he did his rhymes. You know, like fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee, things of that nature. So then, when I stumbled upon hip hop, I realized, wow, this is what Muhammad Ali was doing. It just got a beat to it. So I enjoyed it, and I heard more and more and more of it. And the more I heard of it, the more I wanted to be entrenched in it. The more I absorbed it, the more I wanted to be in it and part of it. Like I wanted in it, and ever since then, I just nurtured my passion and got to where I am now.
And you said your upbringing was not the norm. What were some of the things that made you realize that wasn't how you grew up, wasn't the same way everybody else was growing
up? Everybody else had a mom. My mom died when I was very young. What else? You know, that alone is I know people that's grown adults that still have their mother. You know what I'm saying? So that right there was like, when Mother's Day comes and you're in school, or when your mom comes to school and your friends is asking you about yours and you can't really explain it, you know what I'm saying? It's a big change in your life. It's a big dynamic. That I was hustling very early. I was hustling when it wasn't cool to be a hustler. I remember some of my friends looking at me like you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when they had there was a time when there was a campaign called Crack is Whack. And during that campaign, a lot of the young people were not into it. So I was hustling while people were saying crack is whack. So some of my friends was like, yo, you wild. You know, and then as time went on, some of those same guys, every one of those same guys became a drug dealer. So it's like a lot of stuff in my life, especially from a rapper perspective, was actually genuine as opposed to fantasy and trying to fit in.
And you talk about hustling at a young age. Because of that, you were also wrapped up in incarceration at a young age. What was that like for you?
Incarceration was incarceration is gonna do one or two things for you, especially as a so-called minority or whatever they want to call us. You're either gonna, one, be indoctrinated. You're either gonna be indoctrinated and become, jail could be a college for you, where it teaches you more how to be more of a criminal, or it could be a segue for you never coming back. So when I first got arrested when I was younger, and I went to Rikers, that didn't really do nothing to me or for me. When I first came home, I was like, I don't want to go back. But when I came home, I did the same things. And the time when I really went upstate and did a bid, that changed my whole life, because during that time, a lot of my friends that was doing the same thing as me as far as music, that's when everybody's careers took off at the same time. So imagine you're in jail and you're watching TV and you see all your friends, like the people that do the same thing for your neighborhood, all on TV. So that happened. But the thing that really changed my life when I went to jail, when I really did a bid, was I was totally innocent. Like, the identification for the guy that they was looking for my case was tall, clean shaven. I should have never got arrested. Not tall, and I got a mustache. I don't even fit the description. So that taught me I always heard rumors about the justice system or about injustices and unfairness, but I never really experienced it until then. So when I actually went to jail and did years, it was something I did not do at all. I don't even have any. If one of my friends did it, I would have felt a little bit. At least I could say, well, he did it in my mind and be like, I took one for the team. It was totally bull crap. It was a bull crap case. So that, going to jail that time made me a better person, because when I went to jail that time, I was a dropout. And when I went in, they put me in a box. When you get in trouble, they put you in a box. So I was in the box, and in the box you can't do nothing. It's just a small space. It's just a bed in there, sink, toilet, and you get to take a shower not in there, like once every other day or something like that. I forgot how it goes. Long story short, one thing that you do get is books. So one day, the guy that was bringing books, he came by me and he gave me a autobiography of Malcolm X. That was transcendent for me. Because through Malcolm, I seen a person who experienced hardships and a person who turned a negative to a positive. So reading his book made me apply his method to my life. Like, when he was incarcerated, he read a page in the dictionary. He read every word in the dictionary until he could know the meanings. And he bettered himself education-wise and morally. So when I was in jail, I went to a course, got my GED, kept pursuing education, went to college, got a real grant from a college in New York State. Started taking college courses. Started boxing to get the frustration off. And by the time I came home, I had a record for the National Amateur Boxing Federation. That's really notable federation. From there, I could have went to the Golden Gloves. I came home with college credits. And I came home with a vision. Like, I didn't want to go back to jail. It's modern. It's definitely modern slavery. The things that you see in there, and the way that you treat, you get paid. I don't know what they get paid now, but back then, you go to commissary every 2 weeks. So all the money that you make is gonna be on your commissary. So when I would go to commissary, I would have like $7. So basically, you work for weeks and you get $7. That's not modern slavery. I don't know what is. So if somebody's content with that, then I feel sorry for them. So me being in that situation, being innocent, and seeing that firsthand, made me say to myself, "Now I've never been back." And that was what, 30 years ago? I've never been back. I learned from that mistake. Even though I was totally innocent of that crime, I just learned what could be if I would have stayed in that life.
You talk about being incarcerated for something you did not do. What did that do? What did that bid do to your psyche? You talked about finding like Malcolm X and bettering yourself, but you're literally in a cell, in this box for something you did not do, watching other people find success and trying to like plan for your life. So how did you keep your mental together?
Well, I wasn't in a little box the whole duration. I was in there for a little while, and then the rest of my duration I did in the dorm. But what kept me going was, like I said, I boxed. You know what I'm saying? If you're in jail, you have a fight, you get in trouble. But if you're boxing, it's the same thing, but you're not getting in trouble. So I was able to box, education. I wrote a lot of music. Um, I wrote, had correspondence with some of my friends that was home, got visits, and I just planned for the future. There's things like that kept me going. And I had a vision. So seeing my friends do their thing only strengthened my resolve in pursuing my vision. Because I was like, now it's a reality. It's not just a dream. Because I always wanted to rap. But getting drugs was easier than getting in the studio. Like, back in the days, a lot of rappers that had access to things wasn't sharing it. They wouldn't say, oh, you're good. Here, come to the studio. They wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? It's like people was protecting their space. So it was easy to go get money in the streets. So that's what a lot of young kids did in America, or probably still do. There's so many talented people that I've met in the street and in jail. I've met guys that 100% could have been a champion boxer. A matter of fact, there was a boxer who was a champion. His name is David Telesco. I was in jail with him. He, you know what I'm saying? He fought Roy Jones. He fought a lot of notable people. Great boxer. I've met people that if they put their mind to it, they could have been in college and like NCAA or maybe NBA. Like, so much talent and potential dies in the street because people don't pursue it. So jail was the best, worst thing that ever happened to me. It taught me, it made me a better man, and it made me also realize there's a difference between friends and associates. Because a lot of people that I thought was my friends, they wasn't there for me when I needed them. Especially in a situation when everybody knows I'm innocent. I felt like I should have got more support.
You talked about needing support. When you get out, how did you decide that you still wanted to focus on music?
By the time I got out, I had the biggest buzz in hip hop. It was easy for me. Like you gotta understand. I'm in jail when Illmatic comes out, and he's like, "What's up with Cormega?" So that's like shouting out his friend. A lot of people didn't even know I was a rapper. That was just a shout out, a dope shout out. But then you gotta understand, at the same time that album's coming out, Mobb Deep, Shook Ones and all that comes out. And at the same time, Tragedy just made an album. I forgot the name of it, but it was notable. You know, he had Grand Groove and stuff like that on there. It was Arrest the President, like, you know. So I know all these guys. So it's like seeing them do it. It's like, oh, it's definitely a possibility now. Whereas before, there were times when Live at the Barbecue came out, Nas was still on the block every day with us. Like, he lived right across from me. So it's not like that came out and he blew up and he was a superstar. It wasn't like, we didn't see rap as something that was prosperous or that could take us out the hood. So once we seen that rap could be prosperous and really take you out the hood, that's what changed my way of thinking. And that's why I came. But when I came home, like I said, by the time I came home, you had a buzz, because prior to me going to jail, I was working with Marley Marl. And Marley Marl used to be like Dr. Dre of the East Coast. So when I came home on a pill too, by the way, because I was innocent and I wasn't just gonna I wasn't gonna be content taking that bid. So that's another thing. I was going to law library a lot. I was filing my own motions because I didn't have no lawyer. And I wrote the appellate division. They granted me, and they accepted my motion. Then they granted me an attorney. So I started having dialogue with the attorney, telling them the inconsistencies in my case, et cetera, et cetera. And that's how I got my appeal. So once I got my appeal, Marley Marl knew I was coming home. Marley Marl had one of the hottest radio shows on Hot 97 at that time with Pete Rock. And he was like, uh-oh, Mega's coming home. Like, he said that on the radio. So now, when I come home, at that time, Bad Boy used to do mixtapes. Stretch Armstrong did a Bad Boy mixtape. It was one of a very popular one. I jumped on there. I did a freestyle. And then there was a song called On the Real with me, Nas, and Kamikaze, right? Or rather, Nas, Kamikaze, and me, because that was his record originally, right? So I'm on that record. I'm on mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to develop a buzz. So I'd have been a fool not to pursue it. And then so many labels was on me when I came home. I had meetings with. I didn't even have meetings with assistants. I had meetings with the top dudes that don't even. I was see how I'm sitting here talking to you. I was sitting there talking to Diddy in his office. Like you know what I'm saying. He set up a meeting with me. Russell Simmons knew about me because a brother named Umar was locked up with me in Mid-State, and I used to rap in jail too, right? So my popularity was traveling throughout New York before I even got home because there's so many people in jail. A lot of rap slang comes from jail. A lot of inmates and like hood people create slang, and then rappers use it. And the jail has a revolving door. Like, so let's just say there's 1,000 people in this jail, and they leave and go to other jails. They go home, and then people coming in and out, and I'm there. They're going home like, there's a kid in Mid-State named Mega that's nice, like as a rapper. So Russell Simmons knew about me from jail, from Umar. And Puffy knew about me because a brother named Carl Brody and Biz used to work up there, and they was like, Mega, Mega, Mega. So it's like my name was traveling. I opened up for Eric B. and Rakim at the Apollo before I went to jail. So I was buzzing, and then I went to jail. So when I came home, the attention that I was getting just made it easier for me to pursue my dream. You know what I'm saying? So that's what did it.
So, like, as you're pursuing your dream, did you ever think that, like, your reality would be, like, you're going to be on these labels, you're going to be traveling all over, or did you think, like, I'm just going to have, like, this business? Like, what was your, like, focus at that time?
I was oblivious to, let me try one of these things. Mm-hmm. I was oblivious to, not bad. I didn't understand the industry. I just wanted to shine. I think you watch videos and you see certain things and you get a misconception. I'll tell you who's the poster child for misconceptions. Snoop Dogg and Dre. When you watch those Snoop Dogg and Dre videos, when they was in the studio, it was like that was the funnest place to be in the world. You see a bunch of girls, they smoking, they chilling. Oh man, I want to go to the studio. So a lot of times, in real life, when I would go to the studio, a lot of people want to come to the studio, only to be disappointed when they get there. Because I don't get high and all of that. And there's not a bunch of girls in my studio session. I'm in the studio session doing what I'm supposed to do. I rap. So they come in there, they're looking around, looking for chicks and weed to fall out the sky, 40 ounces or whatever they looking for is not there. So I had no inclination of what rap was going to be. I just wanted to rap. I wanted to shine. I wanted the name, the notoriety. And did I think 30 years later I'll be sitting here kicking it with you? No. I didn't know what rap had in store. I just wanted to be like, show people I'm one of the best. That's all I wanted. I didn't know about the economics of it. I didn't know about the behind the scenes, the publishing, all this. I didn't know. I was oblivious to that. I just wanted my name out there. I just wanted to shine. And then once I came into the industry, I learned different things. And that's what got me to where I'm at now. And I'm still learning. You know what I mean?
And so, like, as you're going through the industry, for you, what was the biggest lesson that you had to learn?
In the industry? Mm-hmm. Don't look for friendship in the industry. You have peers, acquaintances, and if you find a friend in the industry, you just got lucky. Don't have expectations, and don't think everybody is like what they say in the song. Because I expect certain people to be a certain way from what they said on the song. And when I meet them in real life, it's like, what? So, well, I remember like there's certain rappers they're really tough in their music. So when you see them, you expect that. So I remember I went to Rikers Island with a rapper. He was like, what we supposed to do with our jewelry? And I'm looking at him like, what? You the toughest dude in the world. And so I said, I don't know about you, but I'm wearing my jewelry in there. And I went in there and I performed with my jewelry on. It's not that serious. So it's like the thing that I learned about the industry is don't look for friendship. If you find a friend, honor it. In life, period, not just music, but especially in the music industry. If you find a friend, honor it. The second thing I learned is it's not about who's the best. It's not about who's the best. It's about relationships. It ain't what you know, it's who you know, and it's about building relationships. You know what I'm saying? And my secret is treat the fan like it's your boss, not like it's somebody that's sweating you. Because a boss, your longevity is based on your performance. When the boss is happy, you keep your job. When the boss is not happy, you lose your job. When the fans are happy, you keep your job. When the fans are not happy, you lose your job. So those are some of the jewels that I learned, and there's so many, but those are some key ones.
You talked about like friendship. Obviously, being the person status you are, you've had public friends and falling out. How was it for you to sit there and say, you know what, this industry isn't going to make me lose all the people I grew up with, all the friends that I've had, and so I'm going to go about and accept when people apologize or try to repair relationships that the industry try to tear apart?
I'm all about repairing, and I'm all about reconciling and all of that. I hate falling out with somebody that I care about, and I love bringing peace. But at the same time, you can't in order to shake hands, you can't extend a hand to shake. You can't extend your hand to a clenched fist. So I've learned I can make peace with some people, and if we not cool, we can make peace just for the sake of peace. But somebody that's your friend or that's really with you, you'll know it from their actions, not from their words. So what I do is I'm not chasing no relationships with anybody. If we're cool, we're cool. If we're not cool, then God bless you in your journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm not holding on to a wise man. I forgot the man's name, but he was wise. He said holding a grudge is like, holding a grudge is like holding a hot coal in your hand. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're not gonna feel relief until you let go. I'll probably change the saying a little bit at the end, but it is what it is. So, any issues that I've had in the past, probably 99.9% over with. And what happens in the future and the present is not on me, it's on them. Because my doors are always open to work with artists that I'm cool with for progress. My doors are always open. Even at this moment right now that we speak, a lot of people threw around the word blacklisting or blackball. I don't believe a lot of people were, but there were some people that was. But I was definitely on that list. I was definitely blackballed. There was people that, even to this day, there's people that change up on me, and I'm talking about, like, imagine I'm cool with somebody, and we don't have no fallout, no argument, no nothing. Then they start hanging out with a certain rapper, and they just stop speaking to me. This happens to this day. So it's like, it makes me scratch my head like, wow. But I don't trip no more, because at the end of the day, I'm not in this for them. I'm in this for me. I'm in this for my fans. Now, when the fans stop reacting to me, then I'm like, then I'll be concerned. But the industry is a funny style. Yo, Q-Tip said industry people are shady. He wasn't lying. So even with the a lot of our black people in the industry, or the executives, or people that's controlling the shots, they want to be black at their convenience. A few years ago, there was a term, black excellence. And I was dismayed by that. I was like, where's the excellence? All I'm seeing is black extravagance. Where's the excellence? Everything you glorify is European. Actually, I said it in the rhyme. I didn't put the rhyme on. I said use black excellence at your convenience, yet everything you glorify is European. Think about it. the jewelry. They do free commercial. Lamborghini and them don't even have to do commercials. They're gonna let these people do it for free. All these people run around. Everybody has to drink this drink. They have to wear this watch. They have to get this car. All you're doing is free advertising. But when it's our people, y'all don't support FUBU. Y'all don't support the black. I can't even name all the black brands. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are making a comeback. There's a resurgence like Fair Regard and a few others. But for the most part, there's no real support. For the most part, the people that have blocked me the most have been black. You know what I'm saying? So that's the sad part about us. We got to get out of that don't want to see that crab mentality. Because I'm the type of person, if I have a difference with you, but I know you, let's say you got kids and we had a difference is not beef. I've grown to understand that. At the end of the day, I'm not going to stop you from feeding your kids. I don't want your kids to suffer because I had an issue with you and shit like that. So, you know.
I thank you so much for saying that. And I know you said the industry is the industry, but that still has to, like, at some level, like, hurt when people switch up on you.
It definitely do.
So, like, how do you take care of yourself? How do you, like, protect your heart, like, when these things happen? Even though you, like, okay, this person may do that in the future. Like, how do you...
I disassociate myself from people. I mentally tell myself, he don't really... This is what I tell myself about certain rappers. He's cool with the person I am. He's not cool with the rapper. He got love for me, but he don't got love for the rapper. He don't want the rapper to eat, but he's cool with me. So as long as that's the mentality I have towards rap. I even recently, it's to the point where only reason I didn't quit rap or leave it alone is because of the fans. Like, my fan base is crazy. I have like a cult following. If it wasn't for my fans, I'd have been done. What I'm doing it for? Like, I'm telling you, people changed up on me that had no beef with me. How you change up on somebody that you never even had an argument with because you want to appease to another man? That's lame to me, but it is what it is. So there's brothers that are in my corner, and there's brothers, and I appreciate that and I cherish that. Like, recently I was feeling dejected somewhat, and I was talking about like how I'm kind of done, like I'm tired of the rap game. It's stressing me, like it's not stressing me out, but it's just sometimes there's a singer, like say we grow up and there's a singer we love, Shaka Khan or somebody, and you be like, damn, whatever happened to Shaka Khan or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't make music no more. Some of these people still have the talent, they just didn't have the tolerance to deal with the nonsense associated with the game. Like, the women are objectified. Nowadays, it's so freaky, the men is getting objectified. Dudes don't got no morals, no integrity. One time I was on my man's show, Nori, and he's like, yo, Mega, you not social. Talking about the industry. I said, it's not that I'm not social, I'm selectively social. You know what I'm saying? My name ain't gonna be on no funny list. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna change on my friends for an opportunity. That's one thing. Even if I regret the possibilities, what could have came, my morals and my principles are gonna last longer than careers. So I could look back 30 years from now, God willing, I'm alive, and I could say, my first manager was somebody from the projects that I gave an opportunity to when I had big managers wanting to manage me. Do I regret some of it? Of course I do, because he couldn't lead, he couldn't carry me, he couldn't. But do I regret giving somebody from the hood a chance? Absolutely not. Isn't that the dream? No matter what hood you from, you sitting around with your friends and you're like, yo, I'm gonna make it one day and we're gonna do this. That's the plan. So I stuck to the plan. If the plan doesn't work out, at least you stuck to the plan. The plan was executed. Sometimes the results are different.
I appreciate that. And so as you're out here, you're talking about the industry, you see that there are a lot of rappers who get into beef with each other. You see these stories of whole communities, falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that it's so important for people to understand there is a difference from personal beef to professional disagreements, and making sure that at the end of the day, even if you don't personally like somebody, there's room for everybody to have what they need to feed their families?
I think that's important in life. I don't think we have the right examples in leadership. And then you know why beef is so prevalent? Controversy sells. I always thought that was a figure of speech. And when I had a fallout, when me and Nas had a fallout, and he said something about me, my record sales went up 70%. That's a hell of a leap. 70%. I was like, oh. So then I understood the business. Now I understand why certain artists, they'll get dissed by a rapper and they won't respond. Because it's like, if I respond, I'm giving you life, or I'm adding, you know what I'm saying? So that's why some rappers, I used to be like, oh, this guy's not responding because he don't want to smoke with that rapper, or he don't want to battle, he's scared. But it's not that. Some people are like, silence is golden. Like if MC Shan never replied to KRS-One, then never would have been the bridge is over. You know what I'm saying? So from that I learned, wow. So I could have kept, it could have been financially beneficial. It was financially beneficial for me to keep that beef going, but it wasn't morally beneficial. Because at the end of the day, how are you going to try to prosper off of hurting somebody that you got love for or that you got history with? So that was a key learning point for me. It taught me a lot about economics. It taught me about myself, and I was proud of myself with that too. So we don't got people that lead the younger people, tell them like this ain't that. And another thing that disgusts me about rap, like I said, we don't have no leaders, we don't have no infrastructure. Because a lot of people that are executives, they're out for this. They don't care about, actually they want you to die. Because record companies be having life insurance plans on the artists, which is crazy. Rap. I'm not saying the other, I'm talking about in our genre, record companies literally put life insurance on artists. So when you die, you crash out, they're gonna make money. Because they're gonna get money off the life insurance, and dead artists' music sells very well. So of course they're gonna promote that as opposed to peace. So if we have more people speaking like that, I think there would be less drama. And the thing that really upsets me about the rap game, I know for a fact, when I came to the game, there was nobody like me before me. And what I mean by that, I'm not tooting my horn, there's nothing to be proud of. I've never met a rapper that was known in the streets, like a street legend, that was known for being in jail, then came home and had a career. That was motivation for people that was in jail. That had people that was sitting in jail like, I could do this, Mega did it. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to be proud of, as far as, and that's something to be inspiration and for people that are at the bottom to aspire to. Like, I did it, you could do it. And I still go to visit jails and talk to inmates. So the thing that I hated about rap, I left the streets to come into the music game. It's disgusting to me when I see the amount of rappers that had no criminal record prior to being a rapper. They become a rapper and they end up going to jail or dying. But prior to that, they wasn't even like that. It's sad. It's a sad cycle. It's a sad perpetual cycle that's not benefiting us. So when I see like this guy's tour bus gets pulled over, rappers arrested, it makes me scratch my head like, yo, there's nothing wrong. The ego of rappers backfires on them a lot. If you get a bodyguard, that does not make you a sucker. Actually, it makes you a smart businessman because you're important. Important people have security. So some rappers would rather have the street element around them or carry a gun than have security. But it's going to cost you more in the end because a street guy, if he kills somebody for you, first of all, you're responsible for that. You're going to have to pay for his, he's going to hold you accountable for his legal expenses, etc., 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 etc. And then who's to say he don't tell on you, right? Security is hired. They do their job. Everybody goes home. You know what I'm saying? So rappers want to be so down. Some rappers want to be so cool and so entrenched in something that they're not a part of. Then it comes for you, and you're not ready to handle the consequences of that. So it makes me sad when I see young brothers doing their thing. You're able to change. You're able to attain generational wealth, only to throw it away for a reputation. That doesn't make no sense to me. So me, somebody that was known for being in the street, I have a reputation before rap. Like I was popular in Queensbridge as a street person. Forget rap. Like I was known in the street. Like even if you go on social media and they got the page that show like the guys back in the days I was getting money and all that. I'm one of the few rappers that you see on them pages. You know what I'm saying? And I don't brag about that. I'm not proud of that. It's just saying like from where I came to this, if I can make that change, why can't other people make that change or stay on the straight and narrow? So, but there's no leadership in rap. It's just greed. Like you always hear about a artist got ripped off, an artist is struggling. Did you ever hear about an executive struggling?
Speak on it.
You've never heard of it. They don't. They find ways to finesse money. They find ways to get your publishing. They find ways to do things that make money while you starve, or while you do the bulk of the work, but you get the least amount of economics from it. So the leadership and the structure in rap is why it's like that. Some of the artists now are becoming wiser. Like especially like some of the older generation, they're starting to become more business minded as opposed to. I've been screaming about masters for like 20-something years. And people was looking at me like, yo, when I went independent, people looked at me like I was a joke. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody said independence only for people nobody wanted. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay. So people started taking me serious because of the wrong things. Like, people started wanting to be indie when they see me pulling up in BMWs and Hummers. Oh, Mega's getting it. That's when people started wanting to be indie. But why wouldn't you want to be indie? You get you call all the shots. It's just being independent. Nobody's pampering you and catering to you. When you're on a label, you got people serving you. You know, it's like you're pampered, you're spoiled. When you're independent, you're gonna have to get your shoes dirty. I'm willing to do that. So that's why the indie rap was good for me. So we need more leaders in the rap game and not followers. We need grown men have to do grown men thing. And if you listen to my music, even during this interview, I don't even know if I used profanity once. If I did, I probably used it once. I try not to use profanity. In my music, you don't hear profanity. The way I deal with women is on a whole different respect thing, because women is the realest people in any hood when you think about it. And I tested this theory with the grimiest and the streetest of people. I went on a visit to visit somebody in jail a few years ago, right? And I took the bus, right? I wanted to experience that. I never did it. I did it that time, right? The majority of people on the bus was women. Any jail you go to, the majority of people in the visit room is going to be women. When a guy comes home from jail, the majority of people that's going to give you a place to stay or help you is going to be women. So why do we not hold them in a higher regard? You know what I'm saying? Why do we not hold them in a higher regard, especially in the rap game? Why does it have to be a woman rapper as opposed to what the fuck is a woman rapper? Oops, see I cursed. What's a woman rapper? A rapper is a rapper. So when Shantae came out, we wasn't saying she's a woman rapper. She was a dope rapper. When Light first came out, we didn't separate her. So it's like we gotta look at women on a higher plateau or the equal plateau as us, as opposed to something different, and stop objectifying them. Like in the industry, they'll say, and you could interview 20 women, out of that 20, maybe 17 to tell you this. If they don't have a big butt, somebody at the label told them to go get a butt or go get enhancements. How are you gonna tell a woman to do something to her body so you could make money? Isn't this what happened to the art? Because I'm from that era when rap meant you had to be dope. Now it's like there was a certain point in the 90s, nobody wants to admit this, but I will. When people started settling, there's two things that could get you over. You could be a thug, you could suck. You could be a terrible rapper or subpar or but you're a thug, people gonna like you because he's real. And two, you could be a rapper that's not too talented, but you got a lot of money. You got mad money in your videos. Oh, you seen he has a helicopter, he had this, and that. Everybody likes you. So it's like, what happened to the skill? So it's like, once we deviated from what made rap, we opened the door for this buffoonery.
And so you talked about like the state of hip hop, just celebrate its 50th anniversary for you. What would you like the next 50 years to look like?
Wow. The next 50 years, I would like to see respect given to the people that paved the way for us. That's for one. For two, I would like to see ignorance fade into obscurity. When I say ignorance, I mean, go on social media, you see black people arguing with Spanish people about hip hop, where it started, its roots. Who gives a F? Who cares where it started? It ain't where you start, it's where you finish. Where we going with it now? Like you know what I'm saying? Like that argument is relevant. At the end of the day, we all know where it came from. But why argue over it? We have enough fights to fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? We have enough fights to fight in our life than to be fighting about something like this. That's such a petty fight. So I would like to see more equality for the artists, compensation-wise. Like, I removed a lot of my music from Spotify because Spotify's a pimp. When I say that, I mean, pimp is gonna take his finest woman, put them out there, dress them up nice, have them look glamorous, and then everybody's gonna want to be down with that pimp because he take care of them. And it's the look. But how are they compensated? And it's the same thing with Spotify. You see artists on social media like, yo, look, I had such and such views this year on Spotify. How much money did you get though? You know what I'm saying? When you got Snoop Dogg, who's had millions and millions and millions of streams, saying he only got like 40-something thousand for that many streams, it's a problem. And then major labels be stealth purchasing be getting money off of this. So it's the label's way of saying, well, we're gonna eat now. Y'all might have y'all might have got over being indie and y'all getting that kind of money, but we're gonna get y'all on the streams. So I would like to see fair revenue sharing. I would like to see diversity. I would like to see respect for the people that led the way, the people that came before me even. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who sweat equity created this equity. Let's put some respect on that. So that's things I would like to see. I would like to see less deaths. Less deaths. Like, what other genre has this many artists killed? There is none. Matter of fact, if you can say what other 5 genres combined had this many people killed, and you still might not come up with the right answer. So we got to do better. Those are the things, changes I would like to see.
And so, as we wrap, do you have anything that you want to see for yourself happen in the next couple of years?
For myself?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I really want to finish my kitchen renovation.
Okay.
I would like to see the Knicks get a new coach. Because this guy is supposed to be a defensive guru, but we're one of the poorest three-point defenders in the league, and we've been that for the last 3 years. So I want to see a new coach on the Knicks. I want to finish my kitchen. I'm trying to get married, man. I'm trying to get married, but they don't want to get married. That's 3. My daughter's graduating from college in a few months, so that's
Okay.
that's achieved. What else? Um, finish these damn albums. I got 5 albums working on. They need to be out. And do another interview with you, and it'll have progress reports that we've been hoping for.
Okay, a progress report. Now, let me know what you're looking for a wife. Because I do like to set people up on dates, okay? And I can go to the masjid and I can get you some people. So just let me know what you are looking for. And we can do a Cormega's Finding Love. Like Miracle Helps Cormega Find Love. TV show or something.
Are you trying to live up to your name? Working miracles.
Hey, we're going to try to do it. But anyways, I want to thank you so much for sitting down with me. I really appreciate it. And that has been this edition of Brunch with the Black Man.